Hello to the 5 people watching, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about bear markets and specifically how to survive a bear market. When it comes to bear markets, the most important thing that you need to do is, well, survive. Not you, your portfolio, it's what I meant. Bear market, which means the asset or assets that you are exposed to will go down, which means the total value of your portfolio will go down. We will talk specifically about Bitcoin bear markets, even though, you know, bear markets happen in every asset basically is exposed to bear markets. Think about bear markets as a reversion to the mean, booms and busts, and like it or not, bear markets are actually healthy in the long run for assets in general. It's a lot healthier if you get regular corrections, also known as bear markets. Anyway, like I said, bear markets are about survival. If you're a beginner and you just got into Bitcoin recently, let's say in the last year or so, maybe end of 2024, and your strategy is basically just to DCA no matter what, on a monthly basis, it can be on a weekly basis depending when you get paid. I think it's probably better if you just keep doing that. Don't try to time the market. Keep doing that, keep DCAing. Ideally create a system where emotions are completely removed, and the way to do that is to set up a regular order on an exchange. So when you get paid, an X amount of money is taken from your bank account, fiat account, to go to the exchange and automatically convert it to Bitcoin. I think, to be honest, if you're convinced about Bitcoin as an asset in the long run and you have a long-term view, at least 4 years, the more the better. In my opinion, I think that will do well for you in the long run. Now, if you want to use the more advanced way of buying Bitcoin and you're convinced that we are going in a bear market, you think that at some point your buys, your regular purchases, will buy you more and more Bitcoin, which it will, but you want to leverage that to your advantage, what you can do is, let's say you buy, I don't know, let's say you buy $240 worth of Bitcoin every month. Well, what you can do is divide that up in half or thirds. So let's say you will divide it in 2 pieces of $120 or 3 pieces of $80. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. What you can do is purchase only half of Bitcoin. So if it's $240 you want to exchange every month to Bitcoin, what you can do is just convert $120 and let the other half sit in your account. One of the greatest way you can take advantage of bear markets is to be heavier in cash. You could wait until Bitcoin reaches the 200 weekly moving average, which is sitting right now at, I think it's 56.5K, because traditionally Bitcoin has always went to that 200 weekly moving average once every 4 years. Of course, that moving average will go up in the next couple of months continuously, slowly will go up. So by the time Bitcoin price reaches that moving average, it will be higher. But that is just another way that you can give you some leverage. So you could divide your purchases, like I said, in either half or thirds. So you can, it depends how aggressive you want to be, you can only buy of $80 and keep the $160. So the lower Bitcoin will go, the more cash you have, so you can buy even more Bitcoin at lower prices. You can even, and this is going to be taking it a bit even further, you can actually, let me get back to something else. Not only Bitcoin has went to the 200 weekly moving average in the last 3 cycles, but it has wicked to the 300 weekly moving average. Actually, not only that, but the last cycle we actually closed for the first time in Bitcoin history under, and we spent, I believe it was like 8 weeks or so under the 300 weekly moving average. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to use this strategy and you want to save some more cash when Bitcoin goes to those levels. And again, it's up to you how much cash you want to save, but you can even set up limit orders on your favorite exchange. So you can use $120 to buy Bitcoin, and you can use the other $120 to say, I'm convinced Bitcoin will go to, let's say, I don't know, 60K for whatever reason. You think Bitcoin will definitely go to 60K. Well, if you think Bitcoin will go to 60K, you can just put a limit order with your remaining cash at that level. And you can add to that limit order every month. So as soon as more money goes into your account, the money that you have left and you haven't used to convert it to Bitcoin, you can just add it to that limit order. Or you can make some kind of a, I don't know what's the right term, cascading limit orders or layered limit orders, whatever it is. That means you think that Bitcoin will go to a certain level, but you're not sure where. So you can start at 65K. You can put a limit order there. You can put one at 64K. You can put one at 63K, and on and on. No matter what happens, even if it only goes, the price of Bitcoin goes and only wicks to those levels, or it happens when you're sleeping, it doesn't matter, because your orders will get filled and you will buy Bitcoin at those prices. Now, of course, these prices I just gave you, you never know if Bitcoin will go down there. I think there's a high probability that Bitcoin will go at those levels, especially if we're going to a bear market next year. We can even go lower, but it's good to have a plan. It's good to have a plan. It's good to remove emotions from it. I think if you make that plan and you follow it, in the long run, you will do well, in my opinion. There's something I need to say, that if you're a beginner and you don't want to sell any of your Bitcoin, which some people are like that, and they feel like I'm buying Bitcoin and I don't want to sell, that's fine. I don't want to take profits. I want to keep it for the long run. It's going to be my retirement or whatever plans you have with it in the long run, which is fine. But be prepared to see your portfolio go down significantly if we have bear markets. Bitcoin has definitely matured as an asset, but it's still young. It's still quite young, actually, and I think it's still pretty volatile. And be prepared to see a significant reduction of your portfolio. So as long as you're okay mentally with that, prepare yourself to not be surprised and expect a significant downturn. And let's talk now about the most important part of a bear market, and that is the mentality. It's going to be hard. Bear markets are absolutely brutal, especially Bitcoin bear markets, because like most people, if you watch videos on YouTube about Bitcoin, there will be a lot of creators spewing a lot of nonsense. There will be another narrative, a negative narrative, like in every bear market. Not only that, but from my experience, Bitcoin normally goes lower than people expect it to go. Not only that, but by the time everybody on YouTube will say, okay, now we're definitely into a bear market, and everybody will turn very, very negative, normally by that time, the bear market is over. I'll give you an example. Hello, doggy. 2022, when the bear market was in 2022. I was very sure for some reason that Bitcoin would not. I thought that the low will be around 24K. That's what I thought. There's no way Bitcoin will go lower than the previous high, which was 19 and change. But it did. It went to 15 and change, and took everybody by surprise. And everybody thought everybody was saying that, you know, Bitcoin is dead and Bitcoin is going to go to 12k, 10k and below and so on. And what happened? That's when Bitcoin bottomed. To summarize, don't be afraid of bear markets. Bull markets make you money, which is true, and it's nice to watch your portfolio going up non-stop, day by day, week by week. But bear markets, that's where the difference is at. Because bear markets, if you play it right, it can literally make you rich. Don't be afraid of it. Make a plan, stack some cash, and everybody's losing their mind. When Bitcoin will go lower than most people think, you need to be ready to buy. You need to be, well, how the old saying goes, when everybody's fearful, you need to buy. You need to be greedy. And when everybody's greedy, you need to be fearful. So for sure, there will be a moment in a bear market when there will be extreme fear, and you need to be prepared for that moment. Make a plan, follow it, and if you do that, you'll end up with more Bitcoin. Stay disciplined, don't get bored, don't get sidetracked. You need to see it as an opportunity. That is it from me today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.